Hi everyone, it's Mary from Parker Fitness UK. So today I am looking at the mummy tummy for pre and postnatal mums. If you're either having a baby or you've just had a baby, I'm going to talk about how you can help bring back your body, try and get it back to what it was like before you had the baby, and some exercises to help you along the way. I've been doing pre and postnatal classes now for nearly 10 years. I have helped hundreds of mums over the years with different exercises, and have a lot of knowledge and obviously experience of dealing with mums, whether you've had a section, whether you've had twins, whether you've had some other complications like SPD. Excuse me. And so there's been lots of mums I've dealt with over the years. So seen it all, helped a lot of mums. I know a lot of mums have regained their strength in their core section, especially. And this is how I can help you if you are a pre and postnatal mum. So if you've just had a baby, exercise is very important. But at the same time, you need to wait till at least 6 weeks or 8 weeks you've had a section, and make sure you've had some health check from a health visitor or GP to make sure you are good to go, especially if you've had any complications during your pregnancy or labour. If you are pregnant, I've worked with mums who've come to my sessions, up to about 6.5 months. They stopped, I think, purely because the bump got in the way. But all the exercises I'm going to show you today, you can do safe and effectively. It's not a problem if you are pregnant. But the things you need to bear in mind if you are postnatal and prenatal is if you're doing exercise, cardio is important. Yes, it does help to burn the fat. It does help to lose the baby weight, but you need to go at your own pace. I find a lot of mums, especially new first-time mums, come to my sessions and they are really surprised at how much having a child takes it out of you and the daily grind of dealing with that baby. So you need to bear that in mind and go at your own pace. But walking is great. Light swimming is great. If you can get to a gym and do a workout, that's fantastic. But again, listen to your body. Okay, it is going to take time to bring it back to where it was. And if you're someone who is active during your pregnancy or before pregnancy, getting back into that routine won't be as hard. But if you're someone who hasn't done very much prior to being pregnant, it is going to take a little bit longer. But that's the same with everybody, whether you've had a baby or not. If you haven't been active, to start doing something is going to take a bit longer. So you need to bear those things in mind. Excuse me, core exercises are very important for bringing back your strength and helping everything to pull it back together if you've just had a baby. But there are some do's and don'ts to core exercises if you're postnatal. You need to remember that sit-ups are a huge, huge no-no because they don't help. They do completely the opposite of what you think they're going to do, and they are not effective at all, and it really isn't safe if you've just had a baby. You need to wait at least 9 months to 12 months after having a child to start doing sit-ups. And that's purely because inside your body, you have what's called your transverse abdominals, which act like a big net that underneath your six-pack that hold all your organs in. So as you have a child and that baby starts to grow, they push out and expand. And if you start doing sit-ups, all you're doing is that crunching motion is making the sides tighten, but the center bit just stretches even more. So because as the sides tighten, they just pull in on the sides. But the center bit just stretches even more, and they don't help, and they're not effective. So please, 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 if you've just had a baby, do not start doing 100 sit-ups to get rid of your mummy tummy, because it's not going to help. It's not going to work. And the mummy tummy is different for everybody. You have to bear that in mind as well. Everybody's body is different. And it all depends on your elasticity in your own body, how much it comes back and how much it doesn't. And that's just basically down to your genetics and your own physiology. There really isn't a magic cure unless you've got lots of money and get plastic surgery. But, that's a different topic for another day. So don't do sit-ups. Core exercises are important, and try and get some cardio in as and when you can. So talking about core exercises, one of the ones I get my mums to do in my classes is called an ab hold. So it's really, really good because it literally works, as I just talked about, your transverse abdominals, deep inside abdominals, and tightens everything up and starts pulling all back together again. So basically to do that, you need a little bit of space, nothing massive, just enough to be able to lie down. You want to lie on your back, like so. Oops. And then you're going to put your legs at 90 degrees. You're going to squeeze all your abdominals in and push right down into the mat on the floor, keeping your back flat to the floor. Relax your shoulders. And again, you want nice, deep breaths. That's all you're going to do is just squeeze and hold. Just focus on your breathing. You want nice deep breaths with this. And we're just going to hold. And as you find the time will go on, you really will start to feel it. Everybody's faces change roughly around the 20-second mark. And they think, oh, wow, that really does hurt. But anyway, keep going and pull it in. Need to modify. Just do a little bit at a time and relax. And then come back into it again. Squeeze, pushing down, keeping your back flat to the floor. As you progress and you get stronger and stronger, the next move is to extend your legs a little bit further. Again, keeping your back flat to the floor. Again, keep extending, keeping your back flat to the floor. So we're just sitting, lying and holding, back nice and flat, nice deep breath, squeeze and hold. And that is your ab hold, which again, works your transverse abdominals, and it's really good for your pelvic floor as well, because again, you're doing that squeezing action and pulling everything in nice and tight. So moving on, we're looking at a bridge, which is really good for all your whole pelvic area, especially your glutes, which really help with your pelvic floor problems if you have any. But a bridge is really good, again, for working this area here. Again, it's another isometric exercise, a hold and squeeze and hold. So again, we're on the floor. You want to push right into your heels. You're going to lift your hips up, squeeze your bum cheeks together, and push into your heels. Really squeeze and hold everything in. Again, nice deep breaths. And we're just holding, focusing on our breathing. Again, if you need to modify, relax a little bit, give your legs a shake, and come back into it when you feel ready. Again, drop down, have a little break, and come back into it. If you want to progress, we can raise one leg, keeping your hips stable. And again, the other side. We can lift up on our toes. Again, squeezing everything, pulling your pelvic floor in, and relax. Again, you're building up the time on all of these. So start with like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, build up the time so you get to a point where you get to a minute, and that's when you need to modify and progress on. So again, with the ab hold, extend your legs out. With the bridge lift, either go up on your toes, raise one leg, and do the other side 30 seconds, and add it in to make a progression, to make it a little bit harder, a bit more strenuous on your abdominals. And then the other exercise I always get my mums to do are leg raises. These are really effective in working all the muscles that run this way. So obviously when you've stretched out that way, they're quite curved that way around. So as you work them this way, they start to tighten and pull back in again. So leg raises, back on the floor. You want to be flat on your back. Both legs are in the air. We're going to lower one down without touching the floor. Nice and slow and controlled. You want to breathe out as the leg comes down. Nice and slow and controlled. Again, if you need to modify, especially if you've had a section, because it will pull just there, keep one leg bent and do a few on one side. And then swap over and do a few on the other side. Like so. And again, once you get to the point where you can do these quite comfortably one after the other, you progress on, both legs together, going down and back up. Remembering to breathe out as you lower your leg down. So those are 3 exercises that can really, really help tighten up your mummy tummy. Again, I appreciate trying to fit in exercise when you've got a newborn or a busy, hectic life. I totally understand that's hard, but one tip I give to a lot of my clients, and especially mums in their classes, is if you're watching TV and the adverts come on, jump down the floor, do an ab hold through one of the adverts, because at least that's probably about 30 seconds anyway. So that's one thing done. Another advert comes on, hold the bridge. Another advert comes on, do your leg raises until the ad's finished. So there's ways of fitting it in your daily routine. Obviously, baby goes down for a nap, you go down the floor, hopefully you don't fall asleep, but go down on the floor yourself and get these exercises done. Try and fit it into and make it part of your routine. I know it's very hard to find time for you, but if you can make a little bit of time just to do a few exercises, it will make a huge difference, and especially tightening up your pelvic floor and pulling in your mummy tummy. So that was a quick look at how exercise can help the mummy tummy in a safe and effective way. These are exercises, like I say, that I do at my baby active classes. So if you're interested, want to find out more about those for pre and postnatal mums, please drop me a message and I can send you some details. Next block is coming up starting end of Feb. So if you're interested in booking on, just let me know and I can send you some details on how to book. And then if you want to see this again, please follow me for more workshops. We're doing another one on back care and mobility, because I know how hard it is when you're breastfeeding or you're carrying a heavy big baby or you've got a child and your back just kills. So we're going to look at mobility and some exercises and how to help with that. And then we're going to look at some cardio exercises and things to help with pelvic floor whilst you're doing cardio, because trust me, we've all been there. We all know what it's like. So those are 2 more workshops coming up. So if you're interested, like I say, please follow me on my Facebook page, on my YouTube channel and Instagram, and then you can find out some more details. Any questions, any comments, please get in touch. I'd love to hear what you think. If you found this helpful, if you found it all right, whatever, please let me know. I'd love to know. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.